Behind the Lines. Hello and welcome to Behind the Lines. I'm Diane Dayton. Today we're going to talk about an exciting project that's making a big difference in our community. It's called NuLife's Sewing Project. And with us right now we have the co-executive directors as well as the founder, Sherlyn Kamara. Thanks for being with us. And Terry Durden, thank you for being with us. What is NuLife Sewing Project, Sherlyn?
It's a program that focuses on recycling old clothes and turning it into new clothes.
And teaching and spreading, you know, this wealth of information that we have to the younger generations too, right?
Yes. It's raising up the community of women who've been doing things like knitting and sewing and other crafts and things like that are already doing it in the community. We're giving them the opportunity to come back now, and some of them are learning how to sew and some of them got other things that they're doing, and we're going to begin to teach them to the younger generation.
That's excellent. Now, how did the two of you come together to do this? Terry?
I had a nonprofit organization called Tribute at Freedom's Crossing, and we decided the things that I was doing in the community, African American Hispanic history, Underground Railroad tours, we wanted to blend them together and help our community to upbuild it and uplift our youth together.
So what you started was Unified Ones, is that correct?
Yes.
And this way, NuLife Sewing Project is under that and a part of that, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you have an art background too. I know we are surrounded by some of that. So all of that plays a part of this. Explain.
Yes, it does. I think that's where my idea came from, because one day my husband said, our house has turned into an art gallery. I'm like, he said, you gotta do something. I'm thinking, if mine is like that, how many other people got stuff in their house? I said, so why don't I just use that as an opportunity to let them come out, let their light shine, and at the same time teach the younger generation who has nothing to do in our community.
Yes.
Before all those things die out. As you know, they don't teach sewing in school anymore, they don't teach cooking. So this is an opportunity for us to teach the young people how to do the things that they don't teach in school anymore.
This has been received really well, right?
It has.
Yes.
And I think you're wearing and brought along some pieces. Terry, tell me about this.
One of the sewing students in our, they made this.
Wow. So they literally took what, some denim and another type of fabric?
And another piece of material and put it together, and they made matching pot holders and a purse, and it also has a gift bag to match.
Oh, okay.
The student made, Ruth is her name, and she's very creative.
Boy, I'll say, those are really nice.
And I made this, whatever you want to call it, keeps my ears warm.
Yeah.
And I also made leggings.
Okay.
And they came from secondhand sweaters.
And I think you're really open to creative ideas with the materials you get.
Yes, we are.
And where do you get the materials?
Some people are donating them to us. Sometimes we get them from Goodwill. Sometimes they're coming from our own homes.
Okay.
And soon we will be doing curbside pickups, so that's not too far in the future.
Oh, that's great. What do we have here? I see you've got a bunch of these too.
We have gift bags that we make. This one was actually made out of jeans. And we have a number of other different gift bags that we make for the holidays and for all through the season.
All different seasons.
Yes.
I've seen pieces. Yeah.
Yes.
So what age group do you have that's all a part of this?
Right now we have different age groups with the women. When we work with the teens, it's teenagers that run from 14 to 18 who will come back in the summer and work in the summer camp once they're taught how to recycle. And then we have kids that are 5 through 13 that come in the summer camp program, and the teens teach them with supervisors from the adult instructors that are teaching sewing and knitting classes right now.
That's excellent. Where can we get these items? Where can we purchase these items?
Right now, you'll need to call us, and we haven't put them up on the website yet, but if you're interested in even having us come and display at your church or some event that you might be having, give us a call.
So we can see you out in the community at different events. Is that right,
Yes.
Terry?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can. And we'll be creating other programs under the umbrella of Unified Ones.
You also have a website we're going to put up on the screen. It's NuLife's.com, right?
Yes.
Okay. And what are we going to find on there?
You'll find a video that will show you some of the things that have happened over the last year.
Okay. And we can participate and help in what types of ways?
We always are looking for volunteers to come in, and if you know how to sew or any gift that you've been given, we'd like you to come share those. Let your light shine too.
Yeah.
If you would like to also make a donation, you can give us a call. That number will be listed as well at the end of this broadcast. Please feel free to give us a call if you have any kind of donations with sewing, yarn, old clothes. And the clothes, they can have stains in because we cut around them. And we can create things with what we have.
I love that, because I know if we go through, cleaning out those closets, which we do need to do, you can find pieces that you're just not wearing anymore.
Yes.
And boy, you can give really new life, like you're talking about, to that. And through this process, you can also teach this art of sewing. And I think knitting we're going to get into too. That's also something else that you're working on. Yes. And we can give new life, and we can teach, I guess, the youth also, how to be able to make some money and bring things back to the community. Is that right?
Yes. That's what it's all about. It's trying to alleviate poverty in our community. So as we raise up this organization, New Life will be a social enterprise, which it is right now. We did get funding from Lancaster County Community Foundation to push it forward.
Good.
So we're in the process of making it what we want it to be. And eventually we will pay the people who are coming in as trainers will become producers of whatever it is we decide we're going to push forward. Right now it's our bags and it's our apron sets. The bags are for $22, the apron sets are $26. So those are for sale, and like I said, if you're interested, give us a call. We can even bring them to you and show you what we have. If you have a store, we'd be absolutely happy to put them in your store.
Yeah. That would be wonderful.
Yes.
And if they're interested in learning to sew, feel
Check
free
with
to
you.
contact
That's
us.
right. You don't have to know how to sew.
That's
you
right.
can learn how to sew through this
Yes,
project,
yes.
and that's what it's about. So if you do know how to sew, you're learning how to sew, and you also have materials that you want to give new life to, we can get a hold of you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for what you're doing in the community. It really is making a difference. We're going to find out more about knitting and sewing, so stay with us. Welcome back to Behind the Lines. We're talking about New Life Sewing Project making a big difference in our community. And now we're going to talk with the instructor of knitting, Angela Reed. Thank you for being with us. And the instructor of sewing, Damali Flowers.
Yes.
Thank you for being with
Thank
us.
you.
Wow, this is a wonderful project. Tell me how you both got involved. Angela?
Charlene was looking for someone to teach knitting, and I've been a knitter for over 10 years, and I love to teach people to knit. So I told her I would teach people.
Okay. How about you?
I've been sewing since I was a little girl. In fact, I grew up watching my mom sew, and over the years I just, grew to love it and never really had a chance to share that skill. And so when Charlene approached me, I was all in.
You were all in.
Yeah.
Well, just looking at you, tell me about what you have on.
Well, this is one of the pieces that actually was created and designed by one of our trainees, our students. She used a sweater, in fact, and repurposed it. She cut it apart, created a brand new design in order to make this purse, a skirt, and matching leg warmers.
That is amazing.
Yeah, we're really proud of the creativity that's being born out of the program.
Yeah, that's excellent. Tell me what you have on, Angela.
I have on an apron that's made from jeans and also another piece of fabric, and there's also a purse that goes with it. The student that made it utilized the pockets from the jeans, so that's part of the bag, and it matches the apron.
That's excellent. So when you're instructing, I know you probably have all different levels coming in. Tell me a little bit about that process.
Right now, mostly it's sewing. Everybody that we started out with did not know how to sew, and Damali teaches them, and she just kind of works through some basic things and then kind of goes wherever the students want to go. Like there was a huge interest in making skirts out of jeans, So the students were all taught how to do that, and they've come up with some beautiful things and very creative. They took a basic design and totally made it their own.
Wow.
And that's really what we want to do. Like, so when my approach is to teach the basic sewing skills, most of the women came in never having even touched a sewing machine. And so we start with the very basics. How does the machine work, and what do all these parts mean? And then we begin with the stitching capabilities, understanding what it means to have a seam and the measurements and all of these things. So we're going over the basics, showing them how to design, and then letting them take off with their own creative energies after that.
Wow. So what comments are you hearing in this process? And I'm sure you're hearing quite a few. Tell me what's going on.
Right, we are getting a really positive response. Well, for one, the students themselves I see growth in them individually. Their sense of confidence and personality is just coming out in their work. Not only that, when we go out and we talk to people about things that we've done, they're really excited. They want to find out how to be a part of it. They want to see more of it. So yeah, we're having an amazing response.
That's good. And what are you seeing, Angela?
The same thing. I really love the growth that I'm seeing in the women. I mean, these women didn't know how to sew when they started, and now they're just creating these amazingly beautiful things that we didn't even think of. They just came up with, and it's wonderful.
The whole process is empowering for everyone, isn't it?
It is.
And I know it's empowering for the students that you have coming in that are learning, but it's got to feel empowering to you to teach and to see results.
It's
right?
really humbling, really. I mean, I feel grateful for the opportunity to share what I know, and I get emotional. I'm sorry, but
No, that's all right.
but it does touch us to see that what we're doing has meaning.
So taking your different areas, the sewing and the knitting, what can we look at in our closets that would help you specifically? What are you thinking?
For me, for knitting, any kind of sweaters that are made out of a natural fiber. So wool,
Okay.
alpaca, llama, cashmere, mohair, anything like that. We can felt, and which is intentionally shrinking it and making it into a solid piece of fabric, and then making something like skirts or bags or leg warmers or fingerless mitts out of it. If it's not a natural fiber, we can unravel it and then use the yarn to knit something else out of it.
Wow, I didn't realize you could do all of that. And then for the sewing
And for
part, what do you
sewing,
think?
just about any and everything. I mean, honestly, we're literally taking old clothes apart and redesigning them, refashioning them into something new. And so I know that a lot of folks will take donated items to organizations such as Goodwill and things like that, and I absolutely support that. But we could use some of those things too, because
Sure.
that is part of our purpose. We really want to help not only just creatively giving the women new skills and things like that. This is also benefiting the environment. We talk about ways that we can keep things out of landfills. Textiles are a huge negative thing in the landfills. It's really piling up, and so anything that we can keep out of there is good. So rather than throwing things in the garbage, find a way to repurpose it, and that's what we're doing.
And we can take clothing that maybe is not still wearable. So for men's dress shirts, if the collars are worn out, we can take them and reuse them and make them into something. Or jeans that maybe are ripped or something like that, we can reuse them.
That's great. So it really doesn't even matter what condition it's in?
Right, because we actually can cut it apart and do piecework with it.
Yeah. And the bigger picture with this, as Sherlyn was talking about, was, helping to eradicate poverty. Tell us a little bit more.
That's one of the most exciting things for me. Eventually, we're working towards being a self-sufficient program and being able to hire women to make the products that we sell and pay them a livable wage, which is huge.
That is huge. It's a process, but this is a process that we all can be a part of, right?
Absolutely.
Once again, we're going to put the website, the phone number up on the screen so you can get in contact. Because if you want to help in any way, obviously with any of the materials,
Yes.
if you also want to donate, cash donations are always fine too.
Yes.
But also if you want to get involved in the program, either helping to instruct or if you want to also learn.
Most
Is
certainly.
that correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
We're
that's
here
what it's
and
all
we're
about.
open to meet more people.
Yeah. Well, I can just see by the looks on your faces and what you have on. This is just great, and you're doing a wonderful job.
I'm so proud that I get to wear it.
I am too. This is amazing.
Well, thank you so much for
Thank
all that you
you.
do and all that you're continuing to do. We're going to take a brief pause, and we come back, we're going to be talking to some of the trainees and find out from them about this wonderful project. Stay with us. Welcome back to Behind the Lines. We're talking about NuLife's Sewing Project. With us right now, we have two trainees. Actually, since August of 2015, we have Ruth Thomas and we have Brenda Almestica. Thank you for being with us today. So you haven't sewed, it was August the first time you picked this up?
First time I hold a machine in my hand.
Wow. What brought you to this program?
About sewing, I always wanted to be a decorator or designer, whatever you call it. And when I was actually at the church at the food bank, and I heard about the sewing classes, I was like, ooh, I mean, like, whoa. And it was very exciting to know that there's a program out there to help.
That was great. So how did you get started?
We were at the food bank, and Miss Charlene was behind me, and she mentioned the article from the newspaper and said to the people in the line, if you're interested in sewing. And I said, well, how much is the class? And she said, no, it's free. And I said, really? So I signed in first. And then I saw Ruth coming in, and I told her, Ruth, there's sewing class and it's free. And she said, yes, I'm in. And we were the first ones in the class.
So you two have kind of been buddies through the whole process.
Yeah, we go
learning
to the
together.
same church.
Yeah, we go to the same church too.
So this has been great to have literally a partner in the process, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you have on, Brenda, that you've made?
Well, this I have in my head a piece of headband that I did is a piece of fabric, and I crochet because I crochet too.
Okay.
And I crochet around it and make a little fashion out of it.
Oh,
and
excellent.
also the gift bags and the purse.
Wow, the purse has a lot of different types. Can you show me the back too?
Yes.
Oh, that's
it's
beautiful.
all fabric.
That's beautiful. So obviously you've had help with the design of it as well.
Yes.
So you're learning a lot of different elements doing this.
Yes.
That's right, Ruth?
Yeah, it helps a lot too, because it helps you develop what you have within you that you know and you just forgot about it, but it's coming back out.
It
I'm
is.
so hyped.
Yeah. So tell me what you're wearing that you have created.
Well, this is a pair of jeans,
Okay.
and I have this robe in my house that I wear all the time. It's a big piece of cloth that I just wear it, and I love the material. So after I learned how to work with cloth and jeans pants, I decided, let me do this. I make this,
Oh, that's excellent. That's excellent.
and whatever was left from the jean, I put here, so it don't be too short.
It's great to be able to give this a new life. And we were talking earlier about the whole recycling process and helping with the environment, with not throwing out some materials and pieces and clothing that might just not work in their original state, but doing something and giving it really a new life. That's got to make you feel good too, doesn't it?
Very proud.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the pieces and types of things that you're creating are what? What are you doing, Brenda?
Well, I'm mixing up fabric with crochet, and just learning a little bit of everything. Everything that is from blankets, from old clothes,
Okay.
t-shirts, crochet t-shirts, anything like that. Even trash bags.
Wow, it seems like you're only limited by your imagination.
Yes.
And what about you? I know that you are enjoying, and especially this other piece that you have
Yes,
here too.
I'm enjoying making aprons, so I make all different aprons.
So what was this before?
It's just a piece of
Was it just a piece of
yes,
fabric?
a piece of fabric, and made a 3D pocket. to
Oh,
make it
that's
different.
excellent. And then you had the matching
Yeah,
pot holder.
matching pot holder and all that.
Wow.
Yeah,
So tell me what it's like working with the instructors.
oh, it's fun. They're fun people.
They're fun,
They're
right?
very down to earth. It's not like sometimes you be with some people that is know more of the stuff that you make more than you, and they're like stuck up. No, they're nice. They're like family. Yeah, I feel welcome. Very welcome.
That's good.
Yeah.
That makes it easy to learn
Make
too.
it a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how often are you actually sewing or crocheting or knitting in a week? How often do you do this?
Every day.
Ah, okay, so you've really turned this into pretty much a full-time project, is that right?
I made my laundry room. Instead of the laundry room, I made it my studio. So I have a sewing machine, a mannequin, and all that. So that's my secret place. Nobody bothers me when I'm in there, and I just have fun in there.
Oh, that's good.
Yes, I'm so happy with this program, very much.
That's
Thankful.
excellent. That's excellent.
It's helped us a lot because it's more it helps us to not feel like we are nothing. So it not only help us with the knowledge and to learn how to sew, because my mother used to sew, but she never teach me, and I never teach my daughter because I have a daughter. But when I got a sewing machine, I invited her to sew with me, and this is something that I see what are their vision, and that's what I want to do with my daughter, pass it on.
That's excellent. How old's your daughter?
She's 12. No, she's 13.
13 now.
She's gonna be 14 this month.
Okay. So she's learning how to do this and she's embracing it too, right? That's excellent. What a great family affair to be able to do this together. And what I love too about this particular program, once again, we're going to put the website, we're going to put the phone number up on the screen, is that we can all be a part of this as the community. We can donate fabrics, we can go through our closets, find items that we're not wearing. And once again, it doesn't matter the condition that it's in, right?
And even if you have like shoes that is straps, we could make stuff with the straps. Like I made flowers out of it, and I use a headband.
Oh, excellent.
And when I brought it up to the class, they were like, "Oh, how nice!" And I said, "Well, you know what? This was a purse before. It was a strap from a purse."
That's
you could recycle anything that you just
that's wonderful.
Have an imagination.
Thank you so much for being here and sharing this. And I also want to remind the viewers too, there are donations monetary wise, and if you also want to be involved, you have a store, you want to show some of the products, you can get involved that way too. Thank you, thank you. Good work, New Life Sewing Project. Thank you for joining us today too. I'm Diane Dayton with Behind the Lines, and remember, keep looking behind the lines. You might be surprised what you find.